And we're off and running with our 17.5 lock C main event. 27 deep car field. Rosen going to be leading us out. Wustenhofer in the 2. He hooks up a pipe early on. Pedersoli right there to get him. That drops him 5 spots down. Now it's going to be Meehan moving up into the top 2. Knowlton into 3. With Manzanares as well. So right now, Dave Rosen on top. Nico in the 2. Knowlton in the 3. Manzanares in the 4. Watch bottom of the hill, watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. Race number 2. Novice B main event, Novice B main event. You are going to be up next. Novice B main event. You are going to be up next. That's going to be Bob Lucas, Jason Mennett, Philip Meyer, John Rosser, Mikey, Johnny, and Allie. You will be up next. Out front early on is going to be Nico, now taking over the top spot. Rosen in the 2, Knowlton in the 3. Top 3 working their way through the whoop section they go. Nico fluorescent orange and yellow. Going up the hill, going down the hill. He's got Rosen in tow, white with the pink. All pink of Knowlton. Looking to the inside, can't make it stick. Nico doing a lawn dart. Got about a second on Rosen. Rosen pushes it wide. Knowlton to the inside. That's your battle going on for the final transfer spot to the top 2. Find their way into that B main event. Right now, Nico on top. Knowlton in the 2. Rosen into 3. Nico getting it wrong on the backside triple. Knowlton now going to take over into the top spot. Nico going to drop it to the 3. Rosen in the 4. Rosen into 3. Nico into the 2. Mickey in the next race. I have been corrected. I'll remember it one of these days. Watch on the backside triple. Watch on the backside triple. Out front, Dave Rosen, Knowlton, and Nico. Watch off the end of the back straightaway. Watch off the back straightaway. It is clear. Old man Rosen getting it wrong on the backside triple. Here comes Knowlton and Nico. Mr. Manzanares, you got leader and second right in front of you, third behind you. Please hold your line. 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. Knowlton looking high, looking low. Rosen shutting the door. Nico giving chase. That car is broken. Oh, Rosen getting it wrong on the jump away. Knowlton now going to take over top spot. Rosen in the 2. Nico in the 3. 3:45 in, 1:15 to go. It is Chris Knowlton on top. Rosen in the 2. That is leader and second working with you there. Eric, please hold your line. And Nico, busting out. So Knowlton on top, Rosen in the 2. Ferrara now going to be in the top 3 with a minute to go. Wustenhofer in the 5. Race number 2, Novice B main event. You will be up next. Novice B main, you will be up next. Chris Knowlton on top, Dave Rosen in the 2. Ferrara in the 3. Wustenhofer in the 4. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. Oh, Knowlton getting it wrong. Rosen going to pop back up on top. They're side by side. Ferrara not quite close enough to capitalize with less than 10. Your top 2 will get by for one more. Ferrara should get by for one more. He's keeping it rubber side down. So it's going to be a run to the line. Rosen and Knowlton trying to punch their dance card into that B main event. I am going to need a couple volunteer marshals After this race, couple volunteer marshals after this race. Time has expired. Rosen, you are done. Knowlton, you are done. Manzanares, you are done. Ferrara, you are marshal out front. Done. And Wustenhofer, you are done. That is the race. All stop.
The race is
So
complete.
I am going to need Christensen, Mayfield, Nico, Manzanares, Wustenhofer, Ferrara. I need you guys back on the track to corner marshal, please. Okay, thank you. Dave Rosen and Chris Knowlton, you are bumping into that 17.5 block timing B main event. That's going to be race number 3. Chris, you can go get your car on charge, get it ready, because you're going to be up next. Drivers from race number 1, need you guys back on the track, please. Drivers from race number 1, need you guys back on the track, please. This is my novice B main event. Novice B main event. You guys can roll them out. Check them in. Bob Lucas on the pole. Jason Minute in the 2. Philip Meyer in the 3. John in the 4. Mickey in the 5.
Bob Lucas.
Allie in the 6. Marshals to your spots, please. I got Perry right there. We are actually looking really good. All right, let's go get our cars lined up. Go get our cars lined up.
Mickey Loader. Philip Meyer.
Lucas on the pole. Jason on the 2. Philip on the 3. John on the 4. Mickey on the 5.
Ally Dodge.
And Allie on the 6. All right, we got a good check out of everybody. Top 2. You guys are going to vie for that A main event. Drivers ready, marshals ready. You guys are going to go with the sound of
45
the
seconds to the start of the race.
And we're off and running. Your pole sitter, Lucas, leading us out. Minute in the 2. Let's keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. Jason Minute leading out. Philip Meyer in the 2. Meyer looking to the inside, right around the outside of Jason. Meyer going to lead out lap number 1. Jason in the 2. Looks like Johnny in the 3. Bob in the 4. Thank you, Eric. Easy, Philip. Philip on top. Jason in the 2. They're trying to find their way into that A main event. That'll be later on. Lucas in the 3. Your pole sitter. Going to give chase. 1 minute in, 4 to go. 1 in, 4 to go. Race number 3. 17.5 lock timing B main. You will be up next watching the backside triple. It is clear. Philip leading out. Jason in the 2. Bob now in the 3. He's setting his sights on Jason. 1:30 in, 3:30 to go. Watching the center double. Watch center double. Philip Meyer on top. Jason Minute in that 2 spot. Jason right now going by start finish line, rocking the all blue. Working his way up the hill, down the hill. In that 3 spot is going to be Lucas with the green and black. Race number 3, 17.5 lock timing B main event. You will be up next. I will need these 6 drivers and probably 2 volunteer marshals to help me out. That will be a 10-car B main event being marshaled by my novice crew. Philip Meyer on top. Jason in the 2, marshal out front. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate that. Thank you, Eric. It's going to be Philip Meyer on top. Jason Minute in that 2 spot. Bob Lucas in the 3. Real no challenges going on. Everybody working their own stretch of real estate. Mickey in the 4. John in the 5. Allie in the 6. Your leader on track is going to be Philip Meyer. Working his way through the floater double in the center. Need a Marshall in the center. Marshall in the center.
2 minutes left.
Thank you, good sir. Jason rocking the all blue in the 2. Bob Lucas in the 3. $3:15 in, 1:45 to go. $3:15 in, 1:45 to go. Philip Meyer on top. Jason Minute in that 2. Bob Lucas in the 3. 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. Thank you, Eric. Nicely done. Race number 3, 17.5 lock timing. B main event. That'll be Goodwill, Mann, Gold, Davis, Farnham, Bayette, Helmrich, Clenshaw, Rosen, and Knowlton. You will be up next. 4 minutes in, 1 to go. 4 in, 1 to go.
1 minute left.
Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. With 45 seconds left to go on the master clock. 45 seconds left to go on the master clock. It is Philip Meyer leading out. He's got about a 15-second lead on Jason. Jason right now working through the whoop section in that 2 spot. In the 3 will be Bob Lucas working his way through the switchback section. Again, I'll need these 6 drivers and at least two volunteer marshals to help me out for race number 3. Under 15, drivers under 15. Again, thanks for everyone coming out to our Wet and Wild Saturday race program here at Hobby Action Raceway. Don't forget, next weekend, we're celebrating our birthday. Bring in some newly packaged underwear or socks for the kiddos, and you guys get to race for free. Mikey, you are done. Mikey, you are done. Everyone else will be done when you cross start finish line. Philip Meyer and Jason going to be finishing out, hopefully, in those top 2. Marshall in the backside triple. Marshall backside triple. John, you are done. Bob Lucas, you are done. Philip, you are done. Waiting on Jason. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshall going to grab those blowers.
The race is completed.
Philip Meyer and Jason, are you guys staying for the A-main? You staying for the A-main? You bumped. Philip Meyer, are you staying for the A-main? Yes, fantastic. That's what I like to see. Yep, you guys bumped. All right. 17.5 lock timing, B main event coming at you next. 17.5 lock B coming at you next. I need all my novice drivers out on the track, please. Hold your cars, guys. There are blowers on the track. Yes. Because I was hand counting you. I missed you a lap. Marshals to your spots, please. That would be you, Jason. Need you back on the track, please. All right, Bob, I get you on cone number 4, please. Bob on cone 4. All right, roll them out, check them in. Roll them out, check them in. I need...
Bob Goodwill. Niels Clenchage. Nick Bayette.
1, 2 volunteer marshals. I need 2 volunteer marshals. I need somebody on 9, somebody on 3. I need 2 volunteer marshals. Jason, you're right there on cone number 9, where you should be. I need somebody on cone 3, please. Somebody on cone 3. 1 volunteer marshal on cone 3. Qualifying in the 10 spot, Chris Knowlton. In the 9, Dave Rosen. In the 8, Nils Clenshaw. In the 7, Lee Helmrich.
Morris Davis.
In the 6, Nick Bayette. In the 5, Todd Farnham. In the 4, Morris Davis. In the 3, Ty Gold. In the 2, Scott Mann. And on pole will be Bob Goodwill. No more laps. No more laps. Go and get our cars
45
lined
seconds
up.
to the start of the race.
No more laps. Go and get our cars lined up, please.
Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
All right. 10-car dance, trying to punch their card into that 10-minute A main event. You guys know the routine. Keep it clean.
15
if I call
seconds
you
to
for
the
a
start
stop
of the
and
race.
go, you need to stop and then go when I say go. Driver's ready, marshal's ready. You all know the routine at the sound of
Less
the
than
tone.
5.
Let's do a restart on that. Mr. Mann, why are we not going? Let's get our cars lined back up, guys. We're going to get our cars lined back up. All right, let's try that one more time at the sound of the tone. Restart. Scott. Come on, dude. Line them back up, guys. All right, let's try this one more time. It's sound of the tone. Easy, 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 easy. There we go. Off and running with our 17.5 lock timing B main event. Let's keep it clean out front, guys. We got a 5-minute dance going on. Let's keep it clean. Nicely done. Ty Gold leading out. Man, Davis. Bayette, Farnham, Goodwill. Watch it in center, guys. Watch it in center. Meyer dancing a jig. That was kind of hot. Out front. Todd Farnham. Goodwill in the top 5. Farnham, Gold, Davis, Bayette, Goodwill, Mann, Helmrich, Rosen, Clenshaw. You guys need to clean it up out there. Nicely done, Bob. Sliding to the inside. It's going to be Ty Gold on top. Davis in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. Farnham, Mann, Helmrich, Rosen, Clenshaw, Bayette. Davis and Goodwill going at it. That's your top 2. Gold looking to the inside on Farnham. Farnham pushes it wide. Out front, it is going to be Morris Davis leading out. Bob Goodwill in that 2. Ty Gold in a 3. Oh, Gold put it upside down. Marshall help him out. It's going to be Davis, Goodwill, Farnham, Mann, Rosen, Bayette, Gold, Helmrich. Watch bottom of the hill, guys. Nicely done, and game on. That's what I like to see. Good sportsmanship. Thank you very much. Remember, drivers, you get into a car, let them have the spot. Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Watch backside triple. Backside triple is clear. Morris Davis leading out. Bob Goodwill in that 2. Let's pick up Davis right now, working through the jump away. Goodwill through the jump away. In that 3 is going to be Farnham. Farnham in the 3. Mann in the 4. Looks like Knowlton. Watch it by the whoop section. It is clear. Davis getting it wrong. Marshall out front. Watch out, Mr. Meyer. Nicely done. That'll be leader working there, Dave. Thank you very much. Second will be coming up on you next.
2 minutes left.
Grazie, prego. Back out up front. It is going to be Morris Davis. And Goodwill in that too. They're trying to find their way into that 10-minute A main event. Up next will be your two-wheel drive modified B main event. It's going to be Morris Davis leading out. Bob Goodwill in the 2. Jason, I need you standing up, please. Thank you very much. No, you can sit down on the bucket. Thank you. There's the bucket. You get to sit. Everybody else has to stand. Morris Davis leading out. 340 in. Goodwill in the 2. Pick up your top 2. They're working through the center section of the track. There is Morris Davis who switched back. Goodwill in the 2. That is second wheeler Dave. Thank you very much. Into 3 is going to be Farnham. Man in the 4. Knowlton in the 5. Bayette in the 6.
1 minute left.
1 minute left to go, drivers. 1 minute left to go. Up next will be your two-wheel drive modified B-main event, two-wheel mod B-main event. Coming at you next. Morris Davis leading out. Right now, through the whoop section he goes. Goodwill in the 2. Into 3 is going to be the all fluorescent orange and white of Farnham. He's got the blue and white of Man knocking on his back door. Up next will be your two-wheel drive modified B-main event. Starring Chase Williford, Evan Fertig, Action 6's own Paul Weir, and Keith Himmelman. Watch back straight away. It is clear. With under 15 to go. Drivers under 15 to go. Morris Davis leading out. Bob Goodwill in the 2. Farnham in the 3. Marshall out front. Thank you, Phillip. Nicely done, Nils. Watch bottom of the hill. Gold and Knowlton going at it. That is time. Davis, you are done. Clinshaw got you at the line. You are done. Bob Goodwill, you are done. Dave Rosen, you are done. Todd Farnham in the 3. You are done. Waiting on everybody else. Man, you are done. Bayette, you are done. Waiting on Helmrich and Knowlton. Waiting on 1. Waiting on 1. Waiting on Gold. And Gold looks like he's got something going. Oh, he's got the variable toe out. And Gold, you are done. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's grab those blowers. Start blowing off the track. Morris Davis and Bob Goodwill. You guys are in that 10-minute A-main event. Are you guys obviously staying for that? Is that a yes? Morris Davis and Bob Goodwill, are you staying for the main? Thank you very much. I need you guys back out on the track. I need Clinshaw, Gold, Helmrich, Knowlton, Bayette, Mann, Farnham, and Davis. Need you guys back out on the track. Corner marshal, please. Up next will be your two-wheel drive modified B-main event, two-wheel mod B-main event. You are going to be up next. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots.
Evan Fertig. Chase Williford. Black Stallion.
All right, let's go and roll them out. Check them in. Marshals to your spots, please. Qualifying in the 4 spot, Keith Himmelman in the 3. Paul Weir in the 2. Evan Fertig on the pole will be Chase Williford. All righty, Roo. Will let Paul get by for one more? Whoa. And no more laps. We'll get our cars lined up. No more laps. Got our cars lined up. Williford on the pole. Fertig in the 2.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Weir in the 3. Himmelman in the 4.
$45 seconds to the start of the race.
What? Paul's got to have an answer for everything. Call him Answer Man from now on.
30 seconds
All
to the start
right,
of the race.
modified B main event. At least the top two are going to find their way into the A main. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Smoke them if you got them at the sound of the tone. Whoa.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
And we're off and running. Williford going with the race wheels. Popping into the white wheels. Ferdig's pushing it sideways. Paul Weir going to find his way up into the top two. Himmelman in the 3. Fertig in the 4. Might have to find somebody to announce our A main if Paul bumps in, which will be kind of cool. Williford leading out. Weir in the 2. Himmelman in the 3. Fertig in the 4. 30 seconds in and 4:30 to go. Race number 4, modified B main event on deck. Race number 5, 17.5 lock timing. 4-wheel drive. B main, you will be up next. Williford leading out. Weir in the 2. And here comes Himmelman and Fertig. They're giving chase. Oh, Himmelman getting it wrong, top of the hill. That's going to move Fertig up into the top 3 now. So Fertig going to set his sights on Weir. Williford on top. Paul Weir pushing a little wide. Fertig into 3. Himmelman in the 4. Weir and Fertig. That'll be all eyes out on top. Trying to find their way into that two-wheel drive modified A main event right now. Weir's got it. Fertig wants it. Weir pushing it wide again. Working his way through the whoop section. Marshals, keep your head on a swivel stick. Paul Weir and Fertig. Action heating up. Quicker than Van Buren on a Friday night. Chase Williford leading out. Through the jump away they go. Oh, Fertig hooks up a pipe, marshals himself out. Then he gets it upside down. Davis right there to get him, but Paul Weir breathing through his eyelids. In that top 2. Fertig in the 3. Himmelman in the 4. Whoa, 2 minutes in. 3 to go. It is Chase Williford leading out. Race number 5. 17.5 lock Sportsman B main. That'll be Wusenhofer, Brown, Camargo, and Valenci. You cats will be up next. 2:10 in. 2:50 to go. Williford leading out. Kicking a little sideways. Weir in the 2. Now Weir starting to settle into a groove. Is it going to be 9th? Is it going to be 10th? Weir channeling his inner Coyote Hobbies racing prowess. Keeping it rubber side down. Got a hot mic going on. There is Williford. There is Weir. Weir, 19.5. Williford, 19.7. Fertig with a 19.6. So now Weir coming up on the backside of Williford. They're coming through the jump away.
2 minutes left.
Pretty sure Jimmy Leffler's got some colorful commentary going on up on the driver's stand right now. Nice thing, though, they got the gimbal calibrated. So the phone is actually saying 90 degrees up. So that's kind of a good thing. 3:15 in, 1:45 to go. Through the, Williford getting it sideways, grabbing a fistful of throttle. Paul Weir seeing the opportunity. He can taste it. Through the uphill, downhill they go with 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. I'm kind of amazed at Paul Weir. He hasn't cracked under the pressure of all the announcing I've been doing on him right now. Through the jump away they go. Williford starting to shake like, well, you know the routine. Sean Sanchez when he hasn't had enough gummy bears. Williford leading out. Paul Weir in the 2. Fertig in the 3. Himmelman in the 4. 4 minutes in. 1 to go.
1 minute left.
Williford and Weir. The Wonder Twins. Up the hill, down the hill they go. We might have to have Larry Tom call our ace. Actually, Ethan's out here. Ethan could call our A main too. We got a gaggle of people that could call our main. Could have Chris Knowlton call it if he's still here too. If he's hanging out, you never know. We got all kinds of people out here. 4:30 in. Oh no! Weir's upside down. Davis right there to get him. Here comes Fertig. Uh-oh. With under 20 to go. Paul Weir under attack from Fertig. Fertig keeping it rubber side down. Through the uphill, downhill they go. Fertig looking high, looking low. With less than 5 seconds. Fertig to the inside. Weir sliding it to the inside. It's going to be a run to the line. Who's got it? Time has expired on the master clock. Oh, no. Oh, and waiting on one. Waiting on one. That is a race. I'll stop. You know, I'd planned on bumping 3. Anyway. So, Chase Williford and Evan Fertig, you are bumped into the A main. Hey, Paul, are you going to hang out and announce our A? You're awesome.
The race is completed.
Thank you. Marshals, grab those blowers. Marshals, grab those blowers. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Chase Williford and Fertig, you are bumped into that A main. I need those 4 drivers back on the track, and I am going to need about 3 volunteers, at least 2 volunteers to help me out with this next race. 2 volunteers. Help me out this next race if I could, please. This is our 17.5 lock timing B main event for 4-wheel drive. Let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Wustenhofer on the pole. Rich Brown in the 2. Camargo in the 3. Valencia in the 4. I got Williford, Fertig. I need my marshals from race number 4. Need you guys back on the track, please. I need at least 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers. And with that, no more laps, no more laps. Valencia on the 4. Hey, Paul Weir, you want to come out and marshal for me? Thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate that. And I need at least 1 to 2 volunteers, please. 1 to 2 volunteers. No more laps. No more laps. Valencia on the 4. Camargo on the 3. Brown on the 2. Wustenhofer on the pole. I'll hop out to 7. I need 1 on 5. All right, we are cleared for takeoff. Vinny's going to hop out. Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate you on that. Drivers ready, marshals ready. You know the routine. Going at the sound of the tone. And we're locked and loaded. Wustenhofer leading out. Brown in the 2. Camargo in the 3. Wustenhofer avoiding the speed dots. Goes wide. Brown going to take over that top spot. Oh my. Marshal out front, please. Marshal out front. Whoa. Camargo durably testing 101. Puts it upside down. Rich Brown going to be leading out. Camargo in the 2. Oh, death from above. Easy, Eric. Marshal out front there, Evan. Thank you very much. Rich Brown on top. Looks like Camargo in the no. Valencia now. And Camargo going at it. Camargo in the 2. Valencia in the 3. Wustenhofer in the 4. I will need these 3 drivers, and I am going to need at least 3 to 4 volunteer marshals to help me out for race number 6. 3 to 4 volunteer marshals to help me out race number 6. That is my novice A main event. Rich Brown leading out. Nick Valencia in the 2. Camargo in the 3. Wustenhofer in the 4. Race number 6, Novice A main event. You are going to be up next, Novice A main. You are going to be up next. Camargo and Wustenhofer going at it. Camargo in the 2. Wustenhofer in the 3. Valencia in the 4. Rich Brown leading out. Camargo in the 2. Wustenhofer in the 3 spot. That'll be your final transfer 2 spots. Right there, Camargo on the jump away. Wustenhofer on the jump away. Camargo put it upside down. Wustenhofer to the inside. Sliding up into that final transfer spot. So now battle going on for 2nd and 3rd. Wustenhofer's got it. Camargo wants it. Rich Brown putting a parts list together for his new Corvette he's got. Leading out. Wustenhofer in the 2. Camargo in the 3. Valencia in the 4. Camargo getting it wrong. Valencia now going to find his way up into the top 3. Rich Brown on top. We're rocking the all white.
2 minutes left.
To the drop down he goes. Wustenhofer in that 2. Brown leading out. Thank you, Joe. Nicely done. With 3 minutes in, 2 to go. Thank you, Keith. And Chase, can you grab the blower at the end of this race? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Race number 6, Novice A main event, coming up at you next. Novice A main event, coming up at you next. I am going to need these 3 drivers and 4 volunteer marshals. 4 volunteer marshals help me out with race number 6. Rich Brown leading out. Eric Wustenhofer in that 2. Valencia in the 3. Camargo in the 4. 4 minutes in, 1 to go. 4 minutes in, 1 to go. Rich Brown leading out.
1 minute left.
Wustenhofer in that 2 spot. Oh my. Now Camargo and Valencia going to be going at it for 3rd and 4th. Going up the hill, going down the hill. Rich Brown leading out. To the jump away he goes. Wustenhofer in the 2. Watch backside triple. It's clear. Oh my. Rich Brown on top with under 15 to go. Under 15 to go. Marshall in the center. Opposite side, opposite side. Thank you, Evan. Nicely done. With less than 5. Less than 5. And that is going to be a race. Valencia and Camargo got you guys at the line. Waiting on 2. Waiting on 2. Rich Brown, you are done. Waiting on Eric. Rich Brown, are you staying for the main? And Eric Wustenhofer, are you staying for the main? Awesome possum. And that is the race. I'll stop. Marshall, grab those blowers. Novice A main event, you are up next. I'll need these 3 drivers. And again, I'm going to need at least 4 volunteer marshals to help me out with race number 6. 4 volunteer marshals, help me out. Race number 6, please. Oh, great. Yes, sir. Are they? I don't know. They sometimes they are. All right, Novice A main event. Coming at you next. I need those 3 drivers from 4-wheel drive B main. I need you guys on the track, and I am going to need about 4 volunteer marshals. 4 volunteer marshals, please.
Jason Haynes. Blake Rusbold.
Need somebody on 7 and somebody on 4. All right, let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 10 spot, Jason Bennett. In the 9, Philip Meyer. In the 8, Xander Valencia. In the 7, Jason Haynes. In the 6, Alyssa Helmrich. In the 5, Braden Haynes. In the 4, Josh Van Valkenburg. In the 3, Blake Rusbold. In the 2, Tim Romero, and on the pole will be Craig Elderdam.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right, I got a clear. Watching the backside triple. Watching the backside triple. Watch it in the backside triple. Joe, Joe, you want to help me on the backside triple, please?
Xander Valiency.
Or not?
45 seconds
All
to the
right,
start of the race.
let's go and get our cars lined up. Go and get our cars
Braden
lined
Hayes.
up. Cars lined up.
Craig Ellerdam. Philip Meyer. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
You need to back up there, Josh.
Less than 5.
Craig Elderdam on the pole. Tim Romero on the 2. Blake on the 3.
Tim Romero.
All right, novice A main event. You kids know the routine. Let's have a little fun. Keep it clean. If you hit somebody, please remember, yield that spot back. Marshals, watch your areas. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Sound of the toad. And we're off and running. Not a bad start until we got to the bottom of the hill. Wusenover getting a workout. Marshall in the center. Anton. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Novice drivers, you guys need to settle it down. Keep it rubber side down. It's a long 5-minute main event for you guys. Watch bottom of the hill. Thank you, Eric. All right, Craig Elderdam, your pole sitter, rocking in another zip code. In the 2 is going to be Philip Meyer. Meyer feeling the rhythm from his buggy versus his short course. Watch out front. Need a Marshall in the center, please. Marshall in the center. Nicely done. Thank you, Nick. 110 in, 350 to go. Race number 7. Short course A main event. Short course A main. You are going to be up next. Short course A main. You are going to be up next. Leading out is going to be Craig Elderdam. Philip Meyer in the 2. Van Valkenburg in the 3. Braden in the 4. Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Joe. A year later, going to be the all green working his way through the center double. Watch bottom of the hill. Watch bottom of the hill. Watch bottom of the hill, guys. Back it down a little bit. Slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Craig Elderdam leading out. Philip Meyer in that 2 spot. Van Valkenburg in the 3. Braden Haynes in the 4. There's Van Valkenburg rocking by the start-finish line. Blake and Josh going at it. Up the hill, down the hill. Leader right now working through the whoop section. He's got a pretty sizable lead on second and third. Watch top of the hill. Thank you, Eric. Nicely done. 2:30 in, 2:30 to go. Oh, Blake getting it wrong. Josh going to find his way up into the top 2 now. Here comes Braden. Let's see what happened to Philip. Philip dropping down. Rough lap out of Philip. Watch top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. Nicely done, Mr. Maxwell. Watch out for oncoming traffic, guys. 3 minutes in, 2 to go. 3 in, 2 to go. It is Craig Elderdam leading out. Van Valkenburg in the 2. Blake Rusbolt in the 3. Oh, boy. Novice drivers, off the gas, guys, off the gas. when you're being marshaled. Let the marshals take care of you. 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. You're watching race number 6, race number 7. Short course A main coming up at you next. Short course A main coming up at you next. Craig Ellerdem leading out. Josh Van Valkenburg on the 2. Rusbolt in the 3. Meyer in the 4. Watch it over the floater double. Watch floater double. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. Watch out behind you.
1 minute left.
Craig Ellerdem. Hooked up and gone. Watch bottom of the hill, guys. Watch bottom of the hill. Thank you, Eric. With under 40 to go. Drivers under 40 to go. Ellerdem leading out. Van Valkenburg in the 2. Rusbolt in the 3. Marshall in the center. Thank you, Anton. You are amazing. Watch top of the hill, guys. Watch top of the hill. It is clear. Watch in the center. Jump away. Watch center. Jump away. Watch center. Jump away. It is clear. With less than 15. Drivers less than 15. Watch top of the hill, guys. Watch top of the hill. With less than 10, guys. Less than 10. Novice A main event coming to a conclusion. Time has expired. You will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Josh, you are done. Jason Haynes, you are done. Do not go backwards on the track. Jason, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Craig, you are done. Braden, you are done. Xander, you are done. Jason, you are done. Blake, you are done. Waiting on 1. That is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Taking the win, Craig Ellerdem. Josh Van Valkenburg in the 2. Blake in the 3. Phillip in the 4.
The race is completed.
Anton Morissette and Greg Clark. See me when you're done blowing off the track, please. Thank you, Joe. Good seeing you, sir. That is a race. Novice drivers, turn off your cars. Come on back out. Find a marshaling spot for me, please. Race number 7, short course A main. You guys are up next. Novice drivers, I need you guys back on the track to corner marshal. Do not disappear. You guys have to be out there to corner marshal, please.
Garrett Passmore. Kyle Ash.
All right, Stadium short course A main event coming at you next. Marshall,
Bob Lucas.
to your spots. Thank you for always volunteering. That's a free race entry. Appreciate you. Jason, why don't you help me out after this race? Thank you. All right, roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Roll them out, check them in. Qualifying on the 4. Bob Lucas on the 3, Garrett Passmore on the 2, Justin Balois and Kyle Ash. Greg Clark, come see me real quick. Roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them
45 seconds
in.
to the start of the race.
Do not stop, roll them out, check them in. Now you guys can line the cars up. Kyle Ash on the pole, Garrett Passmore on the 2, Bob Lucas on the 3.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
I will need 4 volunteer marshals, at least 4 volunteer marshals after this race. Thank you for volunteer marshaling all the time. Free race entry courtesy of us here at Hobby Action.
15 seconds to the start of the
All
race.
right, Ash on the pole, Passmore on the 2, Lucas on the 3. 3-car dance, drivers ready, marshals ready, going at the sound of the tone. And we're locked and loaded for our short course A main event. Up next will be my stadium truck A main event. Lucas getting it wrong. 2-car breakaway dance. Ash and Passmore. Race number 7 on deck. Race number 8 coming at you next. Race 8 coming at you next. Kyle Ash leading out. Garrett Passmore in that 2 spot. Lucas into 3. Rolling with race number 7 here on our Wet and Wild Saturday. Again, huge thanks to everyone coming on out. Hopefully you kids are having a fun time out there today. Ash on top. Passmore in the 2. Lucas in the 3. Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. It is clear. Kyle Ash put it upside down. Passmore right there to get him in the 2 spot. Yeah, looks like it. Out front, it is going to be Kyle Ash. Garrett Passmore in that 2 spot. Passmore not that far off the back door of Ash. Out front, it is going to be Kyle Ash. Garrett Passmore in that 2 spot. Lucas into 3. Billois taking a knee today. Drivers, you got 3 minutes in,
left.
2 to go. 3 minutes in, 2 to go. It is Kyle Ash on top. Passmore in the 2. Kyle Ash leading out. Passmore in the 2. Lucas in the 3. We are rolling with race number 7.
One minute left.
4 minutes in, 1 to go. 4 minutes in, 1 to go. It is Kyle Ash on top. Passmore in the 2. Lucas in the 3. Rolling with race number 7. Race number 8. Stadium truck coming up at you next. Stadium truck coming up at you next. Ash leading out. Passmore in the 2. Lucas in the 3. Again, after this race, I am going to need about 4 volunteer marshals, at least 4 volunteer marshals. Help me out with my stadium truck, a main event. With less than 5, time has expired. Everyone will be done when you cross the start-finish line. That is going to be time. Kyle Ash going to be taking the win, 15 out of 505. Passmore going to be a 15 out of 5. What's she going to be? Lucas doing the slow roll. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab those blowers.
The race is completed.
Start blowing off your areas. Marshals, grab your blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Race number 7 in the books. Race number 8 coming at you next. Thank you, Jason.
Chase Williford. Dylan Dodge.
Mr. Haynes goes from a yellow cone to a yellow cone. Nils, thank you for volunteer marshaling. Have a free race on us. Thank you. Always. Thank you. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Thank you, Eric, for hopping out there. I got Bob over there. And once again, I am going to need several volunteer marshals to help me out this race. Several volunteer marshals, help me out this race, please. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Thank you, Caden. All right, let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 7th spot, Greg Clark. In the 6th, Dylan Dodge. In the 5, Riley Clark. In the 4 will be Mr. Friedenreich. He's taking a sabbatical on this, so we wish speedy recovery to Chris. Brandon Bennett on the 3, Williford on the 2, Ash on the pole. I need 2 volunteer marshals. 2 volunteer marshals. 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals, please. I need 1 on 0 and 1 on 4. I need 2 volunteer marshals. 2 volunteer marshals. No more laps. No more laps.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
No more laps. We're going to get our cars lined up.
Fifteen
0
seconds
and
to the start
4.
of the race.
Oh, looks like I got 2 going out there. I am actually good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jimmy Left. Thank you, VP.
Less than 5.
All righty-roo. We got a clear check out of everybody. Drivers ready, marshals ready. You know the routine. Sound of the tone. All right, we are off and running with race number 8. 6 minutes of pure, unadulterated excitement. Stadium truck. Hey, Scott Spear. Come here real quick. Six minutes of stadium truck racing coming at you in full effect. Kyle Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. Bennett. Clark. Oh, my goodness. Watch bottom of the hill. Watch bottom of the hill.
You can put like a couple of hex spacers on it, but you're only going to get a mil or so.
Yeah. Drivers, you got 145 in. Kyle Ash leading out in another zip code. Dominating the dojo in stadium truck. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3. Clark battling out for 4th and 5th. Dad uses son. That's going to be a fun ride home. Race number 9. That's going to be my 21.5 lock timing. A main event. Coming up at you next. Bennett in the 3. Dodge in the 4. Dodge going off reservation. Stand over by the 7 cone. Jason by the cone. There you go. Thank you very much. Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3. Riley Clark in the 4. Greg in the 5. Now Riley and Greg going at it. 4th and 5th. Up the hill, down the hill. Oh, Clark spinning it around. Here comes Dylan Dodge now. Bennett doing the slow roll. making it look effortless. With 3 minutes in, halfway home, drivers. 6-minute stadium truck. Marshall by start-finish line. Go outside, 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 outside. Marshall. Watch bottom of the hill. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Out front, it is going to be Kyle Ash on top. Oh. That was a cluster. Riley Clark and Greg Clark going at it. Up the hill, down the hill. They're still at it for 5th and 6th. 3:45 in, 2:15 to go. Dodge got his nose up in there as well. Race number 9,
2 minutes left.
21.5, lock timing, a main event. Going to be coming at you next. I should be good for marshals other than after race number 11. So anybody that's able to help me out after race number 11 will be appreciated. 21.5 lock timing. That is a 11 car, a main event. Kyle Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3. Riley Clark in the 4. Greg Clark in the 5. Watch top of the hill. It is clear. Riley and Greg still going at it. 5th and 6th. Through the whoop section they go. With a minute 10 left on master. Drivers, minute 10 left on master. Ash leading out. Williford in that 2 spot. Bennett in the 3.
1 minute left.
Bennett right now working through the whoop section. No real challenges going on. Riley getting it sideways. Greg getting it sideways. With 45 seconds to go, drivers. 45 seconds to go. Watch it at the bottom of the double. It is clear. Thank you, Jason. Nicely done. Oh, Bennett going for the option line. Still sitting a solid 3rd. Thank you, Caden. With under 30 drivers, under 30, starting to wind this one down. Race number 8, finishing out. Race number 9. Jason. Out front. Thank you very much. Less than 15 drivers, less than 15. Less than 5. And that is going to be time. You will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Keep them rolling. Tag, you're it. Dylan, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Greg and Riley still going at it for 5th. Oh, Greg gets it wrong. Waiting on 2. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshals grab those blowers. Marshals grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Kyle Ash taking the win. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3. Riley Clark in the 4. Greg Clark in the 5. Race number 9. 21.5 lock timing. A main event coming at you next. I am going to need maybe 1 to 2 volunteers to help me out with this. 1 to 2 volunteers. I have one guy going back to back.
Michael Manzanares.
All right, marshals to your spots,
Ronnie Goss.
please. Marshals to your spots. Stadium truck drivers, need you guys on the track, please. Let's go and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Philip Meyer on the 11, Romero on the 10, Valencia on the 9, Manzanares on the 8, Morissette on the 7, Fedara on the 6, Greg Clark on the 5, Goss on the 4, Goodwill on the 3, Maxwell on the 2, Caller on
1 minute
the
to the start of
pole.
the race.
Oh, hey. If you could, that would be great. Marshals to your spots,
Aaron
please.
James
Marshals to
Maxwell.
your spots. I got
45
Bennett
seconds to
there.
the start of the race.
Boosting off
Man on
there.
fire.
Riley. 5. No more laps.
Meyer.
No more laps. No more laps. Get our cars lined up. No more laps. Go and get our cars lined up. And I need a marshal on cone 2. I need one volunteer marshal on cone
30
number
seconds to the
2,
start of the race.
please. One volunteer marshal on cone number 2.
Greg Clark.
One volunteer marshal on cone 2. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Appreciate
15
that.
seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Y'all know the routine.
Less than
21.5 lock timing. 7-minute A main event. Cadence right there. So 7-minute main. Let's get it through the first couple corners. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Sound of the tone. Nicely done. That's what I like to see, guys. 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. You guys got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Let's keep it clean. Your pole sitter, Caller and Maxwell are going to do a little early on breakaway. Clark in the 3. Goss in the 4. Goodwill in the 5. Morrison, Manzanares. Nicely done. Anton making the move on Goodwill. Caller and Maxwell. They've been battling it out since qualifying. Goodwill. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch out front. It is clear. Leader on deck is going to be James Maxwell. Caller in the 2. Goss in the 3. Clark in the 4. Goodwill in the 5. Morrison in the 6. $11-car dance, 7 minutes. Watch on the backside triple. It is clear. Thank you, Chase. Out front is going to be James Maxwell and Caller. They're going to be coming up on Romero. You'll have leader in second. Caller gets it wrong. Here comes Goss now. Goss into the top 2. Caller in the 3. Clark in the 4. Goodwill in the 5. You're good, Mr. Romero. Battle on. Race number 10. 17.5 lock timing. A main event. 10 minutes. Coming at you next. 2 minutes in, 5 to go. 2 in, 5 to go. It is Maxwell leading out. Goss in the 2. Greg Clark in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Caller dropping it to the 5. Leader right now, James Maxwell through the backside triple. Coming up on Farrar. Maxwell getting it wrong on the backside. Goss not able to capitalize. With 2 in, less than 5. Clark, Goodwill, and Caller all going at it. 3rd, 4th, and 5th by timing and scoring right now. Do the backside switchback. Thank you, Caden. Nicely done. Backside triple. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's going to be Clark, Goodwill, Caller. Let's keep it clean, Mike. Goss in the 2. That'll be second rookie there. Mr. Meyer. Watch it in the center, guys. Watch it in the center. Maxwell on top. That'll be second and leader with you there. Second will be all white of Goss going by Romero and Valenci. You'll have 3rd, 4th, and 5th coming up on you there next, Mr. Romero. Or excuse me, Mr. Meyer. Please hold your line. Nicely done. Leader on deck, Maxwell. Goss in the 2. Caller in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. That'll be 4th work with you there, Mr. Meyer. And 5th. There you go. Battle back in. Watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. Leader on deck still going to be James Maxwell through the backside triple. Coming on the jump away. He's got Goss knocking on his back door, though. Goss spinning it sideways. Caller in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. That'll be 3rd, 4th, and 5th with you, Mr. Romero. Thank you very much. Maxwell leading out. Goss in the 2. Caller in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Clark in the 5. James Maxwell leading out by timing and scoring right now. Goss by timing and scoring. Caller by timing and scoring. Goodwill in the 4. Clark in the 5. Morissette in the 6. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. Drivers, you got 4:15 in, 2:45 to go. Race number 10. The highly anticipated 10-minute 17.5 lock timing, a main event. Coming at you next. Watching from the driver's stand, it is clear. Maxwell on top, Goss in the 2, Caller in the 3, Goodwill in the 4. Thank you, Aaron. That is battle on. Caller and Goss going up the hill, going down the hill. Maxwell coming up on the backside of Manzanares. You'll have leader working with you next. Please hold your line.
2 minutes left.
Watching from the driver's stand, watching from the driver's stand. Caller and Goss going at it second and third. Oh, Goodwill put it upside down. A minute 45 to go, drivers, minute 45 to go. It is Maxwell and Goss going at it. Watch it in center, guys. Watch it in center. Mr. Romero, that'll be leader in front of you, second behind you, third right next to you. And watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill. Goss getting it wrong. Say right there to get him. That'll be fourth rookie there, Anton. Please hold your line. Nicely done, guys. And game on. Leader by timing and scoring. Caller now up into the 2. Goss dropping it to the 3. Goodwill in the 4. That'll be third working with you there, Mr. Romero. Please hold your line. Nicely done. That'll be fourth working with you there, Mr. Manzanares. Less than a minute to go, drivers. Less than a minute to go. It is Maxwell on top. Caller in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. Goss in the 4. That'll be third and fourth right there. Goodwill and Goss going at it. They're coming up on Romero and Valencia. That'll be third and fourth working here. Please hold your line. With under 30 to go, drivers, under 30 to go. Time starting to wind down. Watch it off the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Backside triple is clear. With 25 seconds to go. It is Maxwell leading out. Caller in the 2. Goodwill in the 3. Clark, Goss, Manzanares, Morissette, Ferrara, Valencia. Watch in the center. Clear. With less than 10, drivers, less than 10. Goodwill should get by for another. He is sitting in that top 3 with 2 and 1, and that is time. You'll be done when you cross the start-finish line. Valencia, you're done. Romero, you're done. Ferrara, Clark, Goss, you are all done. Morissette, you are done. Maxwell going to be taking the win. You are done. Caller, you are done. Waiting on Goodwill, and that is a race. All stop. Actually, waiting on one, waiting on Manzanares. That is a race. I'll stop, I'll stop. Marshals, grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Marshals, grab your blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Up next, race number 10, 17.5 lock timing, a main event. Marshals from race number 9. I need you guys back on the track, please. Drivers from race number 9. Need you guys back on the track, please. That's going to be Maxwell, Clark, Goss, Manzanares, Ferrara, Morissette, Valencia, Romero, and Meyer. I need you guys back on the track, please. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots.
Brandon Bennett.
Let's go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Mr. Manzanares, I need you over here. I need a marshal over at top of the hill. Should have every marshaling spot covered. Anton. Anton, can you help me out after two-wheel mod? Or after expert
Ronnie
stock?
Goss.
Thank you.
CJ.
All right, qualifying order in the 10 spot, Bob Goodwill. In the 9, Morris Davis. In the 8, Andrew Bryant.
Bob Goodwill.
In the 7, Garrett Passmore. In the
Alex
6,
Frias.
Alex Frias.
1
In
minute
the
to the start of
5,
the race.
Mike Caller. In the 4, Brandon Bennett. In
Garrett
the
Passmore.
3, CJ Mann. In the 2, Evan Ferdigan. On the pole will be Ronnie Goss. With that, no more laps. No more laps. We'll get our cars lined up.
45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
Todd Farnham, are you still out in the building? Scott Mann, are you still in the building? Is your car ready to go?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
No? Okay. I did not know that Andrew Bryant left, or I would have bumped 3, so I apologize about that. All right. So 9-car
Less than
dance.
5.
10-minute A main event. Marshals, keep your heads on a swivel stick. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Sound of the tone. That was nowhere close to the tone. All right. You guys are killing me out here. We have these cool little boxes for a reason. Who? Well, it's a good thing you're not on a hill then. Just saying. All right, y'all know the routine. 10 minutes. I am not going to do a restart on this. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. Keep it clean. Sound of the tone. All right. 17.5 lock timing. 27 drivers entered the dojo. 9 are going to make the call for that 10-minute A main event. Leading us out is going to be your pole sitter, Stunt Goss. Fertig in the 2. Man in the 3. Caller in the 4. Frias. Goodwill. Somebody. Watch top of the hill. Caller getting it wrong. Watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. Out front, it is going to be, Stunt Goss. Trying to go cool. Puts it upside down into no man's land. Fertig in the 2. Man in the 3. Caller, Bennett, Frias, Passmore, Goodwill, Davis. We are locked and loaded with our 17.5 lock timing A main event. Somebody getting it wrong in front of the driver's stand. That was Man, and then everybody getting it wrong after that. Holy cow. Your leader on deck is going to be Ronnie Deering. Caller into the 2, Bennett into the 3, Man in the 4. And then Caller getting it wrong. Getting it wrong again. Redo. So now Bennett into the 2. Nicely done, Mr. Frias. Oh. So out front, it is going to be Ash Goss. Brandon Bennett in the 2. CJ Mann in the 3. Looks like Passmore in the 4. Frias. Take the body off. Just take it off. If you're good with that, Alex. There you go. Our camera doesn't get that much of a zoom on it, so we're PG-13 at this point in time. 2 minutes in. 8 minutes to go. It is Ronnie Goss on top. Brandon Bennett in the 2. CJ Mann in the 3. Garrett Passmore in the 4. Fertig in the 5. Looks like Goodwill now mopping up into the 6. Goss getting it upside down. Manzanares right there to get him. Race number 11. Two-wheel drive expert stock. You will be up next. Again, after race number 11, I am going to need about 4 volunteer marshals to help me out. 4 volunteer marshals to help me out for two-wheel drive modified, and then we'll be good on marshals, but I will need several volunteer marshals to help me out for modified. Of equal and good character, Caller getting it upside down. Leader on deck is still going to be Ronnie Goss. Brandon Bennett in that 2 spot. CJ Mann in the 3. Bennett and Mann going up the hill, going down the hill. Fertig in the 4. Passmore in the 5. Goodwill in the 6. Davis in the 7. Now Frias in the 7. Davis in the 8. Caller in the 9. There is Ronnie Goss by the start-finish line, going up the hill, going down the hill. Ronnie Goss looking on in the pits like a happy poppy watching his kid running around the track. CJ Mann now popping up into the 2. Bennett going to drop it to the 3. Fertig in the 4. That'll be your battle for final podium spot. Bennett and Fertig going up the hill, going down the hill, backside triple. Watch it off the end of the short chute. Watch out the end of the short chute. Thank you, Mr. Romero. It is clear. Ronnie Goss leading out. Mann in the 2. Fertig in the 3. Bennett in the 4. Passmore in the 5. Goodwill in the 6. Passmore and Goodwill getting into it for 5th and 6th, working their way through the center section. Whoa. Shave and a haircut. Mike Calorie, the leader, working with you. Please hold your line. Ronnie Goss on top. CJ Mann in that 2 spot. Mann rocking in a good zip code. Bennett now going to find his way into the 3. Fertig putting it upside down on the backside triple. Passmore in the 4. Caller now up into the 5. Goodwill in the 6. 4:30 in, 5:30 to go. Drivers, you are almost halfway home in your 10-minute A main event. Marshall out front, Marshall out front. Your leader hooking up a pipe. Got a pretty good lead on that. Fertig, Passmore, and Caller going at it. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Going up the hill, down the hill. Passmore hooks up a pipe. Marshall out front. It is clear. Drivers, you have 5 minutes in. 5 to go. Ronnie Goss on top. CJ Mann in the 2. Pickup man right now. He is working on the jump away. He's about 3.5 seconds off the back door of your leader. So your leader through the floater double. Second through the floater double. Morris, you'll have second working with you soon enough. Just hold your line. In that 3 spot, going to be Brandon Bennett. He has 3.6 on Fertig. Leader right now coming up on Frias. Through the floater double. Thank you very much. And resume. Good job, guys. There's Bennett in the top 3. Fertig in the 4. Caller in the 5. Passmore in the 6. That'll be leader with leader Bob. Thank you very much. And resume. You guys are going for 7th and 8th right there, Bob. So that is a battle for position behind you with you. So game on, game on. 6 minutes in, 4 to go. 6 in, 4 to go. It is Ronnie Goss on top. Mann in the 2. Bennett in the 3. Nicely done, Alex. Watch the bottom of the hill. Watch the bottom of the hill. Watch the bottom of the hill. Now Passmore getting it wrong. Here comes Goodwill and Frias. So that's 6th, 7th, and 8th going through the backside triple. Right there, jumping away. Frias sending it. With 3:30 in. Whoa, 3:30 to go. It's still going to be Marshall bottom of the hill. Marshall bottom of the hill. It is clear. Ronnie Goss on top. Now Fertig finding his way around Bennett. Rough lap out of Bennett. He's going to drop to the top 4. Caller not that far off of that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Leader by the start finish line. That is Ronnie Goss. There's CJ Mann by the start finish line. Evan Fertig in the 3. Bennett in the 4. 7 minutes in, 3 to go. Race number 11. 17.5 Expert. A main event coming up at you next. 75 Expert A main coming up at you next. That is second worker there, Alex. Please hold your line. You know what to do. Ronnie Goss on top. Watch top of the hill. Watch top of the hill. Bennett putting it upside down. That's going to drop into the top 5. Caller now to the inside. Watch the jump away. Watch the jump away. That was Passmore putting it upside down. Now Goodwill going to find his way into the top 6 after bumping in. So Goodwill's got to be happy with that. Watch top of the hill. It is clear with 2:15 left to go. It's not over. You guys still got 2 more minutes of racing to go. Good thing Goodwill took a nap in between the races.
2 minutes left.
It is Ronnie Goss leading out. CJ Mann in the 2. Evan Fertig in the 3. Caller in the 4. Brandon Bennett in the 5. Goodwill in the 6, Passmore, Davis, Frias, going to be your top 9 running order. Goodwill and Passmore still going at it for 6th and 7th. And there's Davis. He's up in the mix as well. Watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill. It is clear. Oh, somebody off the beaten path. Oh, that was Bob putting it out of the park. With 8:45 in, 1:15 to go. Ronnie Goss leading out. CJ Mann in the 2. Fertig in the 3. Caller in the 4. Bennett in the 5. With Deep to D, 9 minutes down, 1 minute to go. 9 minutes down, 1 minute to go. It is Ronnie Goss leading out. CJ Mann in that 2 spot. Fertig in the 3. Mann and Fertig going at that is 2nd and 3rd. Working there. Garrett, please hold your line. Mann pushing it sideways. Fertig giving it all he's got with 45 seconds to go. Fertig mounting a charge. CJ Mann by the line, Fertig by the line. They're gapped out by less than half a second after 10 minutes of running. That is your leader, working leader, Mike. Please hold your line. With under 30 to go, through the backside roller. Backside triple they go, 2nd and 3rd. It is CJ Mann leading out in the 2, Fertig in the 3. Oh, Marshall out front. Fertig hooking up a pipe. No. Might have to settle for 3rd on that one with under 15 to go. Goss going to get by for another less than 10, drivers, less than 10. With 2 and 1, and that is time. You will be done when you cross our finish line. CJ Mann, you are done. Passmore done. Fertig, you're done. Morris Davis, you are done. Goss, you are done. Waiting on Caller is done. Frias and Sir Bob, you are done. Waiting on Brandon Bennett, and that is your 10-minute 17.5 lock timing A main event. Marshals, grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Race number 11. 17.5 expert A main event coming at you next. I need all 8 of these drivers back out on the track, please. All 8 of these drivers back out on the track, please. Goss taking the win. Mann in the 2, Fertig in the 3, Caller, Bennett, Passmore, Davis, Frias, Goodwill. Your running order.
Cadency. Rudy Gonzalez. The deal.
You were there. All right, marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. And again, after race number 11, I am going to need at least 4 volunteer marshals. 4 volunteer marshals. Marshals to your spots, please. 0. Let's go and roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Mike Caller to cone number 4, please. Mike, slide over, buddy. It's going to be Rudy Gonzalez in the 4 spot.
Chicken Nugget.
In the 3, Caden Say. In the 2, Chase Boyd. And on the pole,
1 minute to the start
Willie.
of the race.
And on the pole will be Willie. The deal. Smith. No more laps.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
6-minute expert stock A main event coming at you. Got all my marshals out there.
30 seconds
we
to the
are
start of the
looking
race.
cleared for takeoff. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. Sound of the tone. All right, we are locked and loaded. Smith going to lead us out. Boyd in the 2, Say in the 3. Gonzalez in the 4. Again, I'm going to need 4 to 5 volunteer marshals after this race. 4 to 5 volunteer marshals after this race to assist me with the next race. Willie Smith leading us out on lap 1. Boyd in the 2, Say in the 3. Gonzalez in the 4. 2-wheel drive, modified, 10-car boogity dance coming up at you next. Willie Smith starting to gap out on Chase Boyd. Smith sending it away from the driver's stand. Chase Boyd in the 2, Say in the 3. Gonzalez in the 4. Oh, Smith getting it. No, that was Say getting it wrong. Drivers got 130 in, 430 to go. It is Willie Smith leading out. Chase Boyd in the 2. Gonzalez in the 3. Say in the 4. Willie Smith repping. Associated Reedy, a.k.a. B7. Through the whoop section he goes. By timing and scoring up the hill. Through Laguna Seca. In that 2 spot, Chase Boyd rolling with the TLR 50 DC. R1 power plant with the a.k.a. Shaw tires. Gonzalez and Say rolling with the associated vehicles. 230 in, 330 to go. 230 in, 330 to go. We'll have Paul Weir up here to announce our two-wheel drive modified A main event. Coming up next. Easy, Caden. Goodness. Leading us out is going to be Willie Smith through the uphill, downhill. He's got 3.5 on Boyd. Gonzalez in that 3 spot. Willie Smith right now. Center section of the track through the whoop section. Fast lap out of Smith, 18.9, 19.1 out of Boyd, 19.6 out of Gonzalez, 19.9 out of Say. Rolling with race number 11, race number 12. Two-wheel drive modified, A main event, 2 mod, A main event coming up at you next. Willie Smith going to be leading us out. Boyd in the 2. Oh, Boyd hooking up a pipe. He was 3.2 off the back door of Smith. Smith hooking up a pipe. So your top 2 front runners both stepping on something they don't want to step on. Yeah, I'll get on the wall here in a second. Watch top of the hill, watch top of the hill. I think Scott's going to bring it over. So, drivers, you got 4 minutes in, 3 to go. 4 minutes in, 3 to go. Willie Smith leading out. Chase Boyd in the 2. Gonzalez in the 3. Up next will be our two-wheel drive
2
modified.
minutes left.
A main event on the pole will be Kyle Davis, Scott Spear in the 2, Leffler in the 3, Fisher in the 4, Pedersoli in the 5, Lake in the 6, Gonzalez in the 7, Sanchez in the 8, and then finding their way in will be Williford and Fertig. That'll be a 7-minute A main event. Willie Smith leading out. Boyd in the 2. Gonzalez and Say going to be rounding out my top 4. Again, I will need at least 4 to 5 volunteer marshals to help me out with the next race. 4 to 5 volunteer marshals to help me out with race number 12. Willie Smith leading out. Oh, boy. The deal. That would have been bad.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Willie Smith leading out. Oh, boy. Watch my timing and scoring. Watch my timing and scoring. Thank you, Paul. From the outside looking in. Not only is Paul Weir a tier 2.5 race director, he's also a stud marshaling from the outside. It's a good thing we got high ceilings to contain his head. Drivers, you got 5:30 in, 30 seconds left to go. Two-wheel drive modified coming up at you next. Two-wheel mod coming up at you next. We're going to turn it over to Paul Weir, and we're going to be on like Donkey Kong.
All right, Willie, the deal. Laying the laps down with less than 10 seconds to go. Car looks really good. Once you come across that line, you are done. Looks like Willie's going to hold on to this one. Willie, obviously you're done. Gonzalez, you are done. Boyd, you are done here in a minute. And Caden, you are done. That is a race. That is a race. If I could get at least 4 volunteer marshals from out on the crowd, or if you guys could just stay out there, that would be great.
The race
We're
is
almost
complete.
finishing up our race program. So coming up, your 2-wheel drive A main. Volunteers, find a red cone. That way you don't have to blow off the track. Those 4 drivers, please head on down to the track. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you. Thank you, Tim Long.
Jimmy Biceps. Chase Williford.
You got to take it all the way to 2.
Orange.
All right, I need a marshal at 7, and I need a marshal at 2.
Willie
Thank you,
and
sir.
Caden, I need you guys on your corner marshaling spots. Willie and Caden, I need you guys on your corner marshaling spots.
Where is Caden? Caden, you got 4, right? Boyd, are you going to 7? I need 1 on 2. I need 1 on 2, please. Oh, wait, you're going in there, right? No, Caller's not going to stay on there. Yeah, if you could go to 7. All right, guys, let's get them checked in.
Billy Fisher. Vinny P. Soli. Rudy Gonzalez.
Watch the top of the hill.
1 minute
Watch
to the
at
start
the
of the
top
race.
of the hill.
Evan Furtick.
All right, it's your 2-wheel drive modified A main.
Kyle Davis.
Kyle Davis
Scott
putting
Spear.
it down tonight.
Zip.
Scott Spear right behind him. Everybody's checked in, so if you guys want to finish your lap,
45 seconds to the start of the race.
or you can line up another one, whatever you want to do. Yeah, Anton at 4. We got everybody covered. All right, let's get them lined up, guys. Let's get them lined up. Kyle
30 seconds
Davis
to
in
start
that
the
1,
race.
Scott Spear in the 2, Jimmy Leff in the 3, Billy Fisher in the 4, Pedrosoli in the 5, Lake in that 6, Gonzalez in the 7, Sanchez in
15
the
seconds to the
8,
start of the
and
race.
Wilford and Ferdig 9 and 10. All right, guys. Marshals, you know what to do. Marshals ready. Drivers
Less than 5.
ready. Going at the sound of the tone. All right, everybody nice and clean through that first turn. That's great. Kyle Davis, Spear, Leffler, 1, 2, and 3. Fisher into 4. Petroy looks like he's moving up into that 4. Lake right behind him. Fisher right behind him. Davis into that back triple. Spear in tow. Leffler in tow. Then you got Lake, Pedrosoli, Fisher, and it looks like Gonzalez. Sean getting it wrong. Kyle Davis running that clean air. Spear doing all he can. Gets caught on the pipe. That's going to put Leffler in that 2. Spear falling to that 3. Lake up to that 4. Fisher in the 5. Pedrosoli in that 6. Then you got Wilford, Gonzalez, Fertig, and Sanchez. Davis doing a small breakaway as he heads in that back triple. Got Leffler right behind him. Leffler clearly liking this B7. Then you got Lake moving up to that 3. Spear falling to the 4. Fisher right behind him with Pedrosoli right behind him. Davis, Leffler, Lake, 1, 2, and 3. Spear in that 4. Lake gets it caught in that center double. Managing to hold on. You got a tail full of Spear right now, though. They head down the center. Woo! Lake went big. Got it wrong. That allowed Spear and Fisher to get around him. Davis doing a little bit of breakaway with Leffler right behind him. Watch top of the hill. It is clear. Davis, Leffler, and Spear. Then you got Fisher, Lake, and Pedrosoli. Top 5 right there. Top 3, or 2, 3, and 4 going through that little double. Or excuse me, Kyle out now in the rumble strips. Then you got Leffler. Those two guys running in clean air. Scott doing what he can to catch up. Fisher doing the same thing with Lake in tow. Pedrosoli gets it wrong in the center. That's going to put Gonzalez on his tail. Managed to hold on to the spot, though. Gonzalez going to back off with Furtick. Furtick takes out Gonzalez. Tough corner there. It's a hard call. It's a hard call. So Davis, Leffler up and down the hill. Davis doing a little bit of a breakaway. Wilford getting it wrong. Leffler bounces off the pipe. That's going to give Davis a little bit of a breakaway. Fisher now moves into that 3. Lake trying to make a big turn, cuts it too tight. That's going to put Lake into 3. Let's see where they are when we come back around. 3 down, 4 to go. 3 down, 4 to go. You got Davis, Leffler, Fisher. That's your top 3. Lake, Spear, 4 and 5. Watch after the triple. Somebody getting it wrong over there. That's Wilford. Kyle Davis doing a little bit of a breakaway. Leffler in that 2, in that back triple. Davis over the rumble strips in front of the announcer's booth. Leffler in that rumble. He's about 4.2 seconds behind. Fisher making a move on Leffler. That might be where your action's at right now as Leffler comes into that double. Leffler getting it wrong in that B7. Fisher in the S-works. He's going to go into that back triple. Leffler in tow. Kyle Davis putting a smackdown on these guys right now. Davis, Leffler, Fisher right now. Fisher's going to take over that 2. Leffler falls with a 3. Spear and Lake 4 and 5. Furtick in that 6. Pedrosoli in the 7. Sanchez, Gonzalez, and Williford. Watch on the straight. That's Furtick get it wrong. Pedrosoli backs it off. Good driving there. 4.5 down, 2.5 to go, guys. 4.5 down, 2.5 to go. A lot of action in the center here. Watching the rumble strip, guys. Keep it clean. Davis, Fisher, Leffler, 1, 2, and 3. Lake, Spear, 4 and 5. Lake in that 4. Leffler in that 3. Those two are separated by about 3.7 seconds. As Leffler goes in front of the announcer's booth, Lake through the rumble strips.
2 minutes left.
Fisher and Leffler, though, staying close. Leffler's not getting him away, letting him get away. Fisher makes a mistake going into that back triple. Leffler's going to take back that 2 spot as they come across the line. I think Lake moved up to that 3. That's correct. Billy Fisher falls to that 4. Spear still in that 5. The minute 30 to go, guys. Minute 30 to go. Where's your leader at? He is checked out. That's your second place driver there, Rudy. Lake's going to be coming up on you here. Thank you, sir. 4's not far behind. Davis, Leffler, Lake, 1, 2, and 3. Fisher in that 4. Spear holding in that 5. Furtick in the 6. Then you got Pedrosoli, Sanchez, Gonzalez, and Wilford.
1 minute left.
Gonzalez breaks out. Davis, Leffler, Lake, 1, 2, and 3 with less than a minute to go, guys. Less than a minute to go in your 2-wheel modified A-main here. Kyle Davis putting on a clinic. Don't call him Mr. Ovaltine. Call him Mr. Dirt Driver. Watching the center, watching the center. Good hustle, Chase. So Richard Lake pushing on that 3 spot. Oh, watch going up the hill. Watch going up the hill. Clear. Everything's clear. That's your 4th place driver there, Sanchez. Less than 10, guys. Less than 10. And that is time on this 7-minute A-main. Once you cross that line, you are done. Davis, you are done. Caught you at the line. Spear, you are done. Jimmy Left, got to be happy with this. Finishing 2. Good job, Leffler. Lake in at 3. Pretty sure, anyway. Or wait, no, Fisher takes it right at the end there through the rumbles. Wow. Wow, that is a race. That is a race. Good job, everybody. Good job.
The race is completed.
Okay. If any of you mod drivers lost your shock tower cover, it's going to be up here at the announcer's booth.
I know. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you hanging out and doing that. All right,
Rich
2-wheel
Brown.
modified drivers. I
Keith
need you
Hillman.
guys out around the track.
Eric
2-wheel
Wilson
mod
Williams.
drivers out around the track, please.
Scott Man. Ty Gold.
Thank you, Jimmy Left. All right, final 2 races of the day. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots. Let's go ahead and roll them out. Check
Bob
them in.
Goodwin.
Roll them out. Check them in. It's Himmelman on the pole. Goodwill in the 2. Bayette in the 3. Man in the 4. Davis in the
1 minute to the
5.
start of
Gold
the
in the
race.
6. Mayfield in the 7. Brown in the 8.
Morris Davis.
Wustenhofer on the 9.
Nick Bayette.
And with that being said,
Gary Mayfield.
no more laps. No more laps. So
45
we'll get our
seconds to the
cars
start of
lined
the
up.
race.
No more laps. Get our cars lined up.
Thirty seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
What seems to be the issue? Scott Mann, you're in 4. Davis is in the right spot.
Less than 5.
All right, 7 minute, 17.5, lock timing, A main event. Drivers ready, marks ready. Coming at you at the sound of the tone. And we are off and running nice and clean, nice and clean. Let's keep it clean, guys. Nicely done. Goodwill getting it wrong on the start. Oh. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. The leader on deck is going to be Keith Himmelman. Ugh. And Goodwill, Davis, and Bayette. Second, third, fourth. All going at it. Let's keep it clean, kids. Bayette looks to the inside. Davis looking to the inside. Second, third, fourth. Off the jump away. Through the rumbles they go. Man in the 5. Brown in the 6, Gold, and Mayfield. Watch it off the roller. Watch it off the roller. It is clear. Again, thanks so much for everyone coming on out today. Hopefully y'all had a fun time here on our Wet and Wild Saturday. Davis and Goodwill going at it. Through the uphill, downhill they go. Keith Himmelman leading out. Smooth through the backside triple he goes. Watch on the backside, watch on the backside. Safe! Davis into 3. Looks like Man into the 4. Man now up into 3. Goodwill into the 4. Watch bottom of the hill. Bottom of the hill is clear. Keith Himmelman leading out. Morris Davis in that 2 spot. Scott Mann in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Bayette in the 5. Now Bayette making his way on by Goodwill. With 2 minutes in, 5 to go. 2 minutes in, 5 to go. Race number 14. Final race of the day. That is my Expert Stock A-Main event. You will be up next. Expert Stock A-Main. You will be up next. Watch it off the top of the hill. Watch the top of the hill. Thank you, Jimmy Leff. Watch it from the driver's stand. Watch it from the driver's stand. Thank you, Chase. It is clear. Again, thank you for everyone coming on out today. Hope you guys all had a fun time. Watch bottom of the hill, guys. Watch bottom of the hill. Watch it off the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Scott. Oh, Himmelman leading out. That'll be second and third working there. Eric, please hold your line. Himmelman on top. Davis in the 2. Scott Mann in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Bayette in the 5. Gold in the 6. Brown in the 7. Wustenhofer and Mayfield rounding out my top 9. Race number 13 on deck. Race number 14. Final race of the day. That is my four-wheel drive expert. You kids will be up next. Oh, Bayette going to be out early on. 3:30 in, 3:30 to go. It is Keith Himmelman on top. Morris Davis in that 2 spot. Scott Mann into 3. Watch it coming in the whoops. Watch it coming out of the whoops. That was Davis getting it wrong. Davis dropping it to the top 4. Now Goodwill going to find his way up into the 3 spot. Davis going to drop it to the 4. That'll be third right in front of you there, Perry. Please hold your line. Scott Mann working his way through the whoop section. Goodwill coming into the whoop section. Davis coming into the whoop section. 4 minutes in, 3 to go. 4 minutes in, 3 to go. Oh my. Wustenhofer taking the option line through the speed dots. With 2:50 left to go on the master. Drivers, 2:50 left to go on the master. Keith Himmelman on top. Scott Mann in the 2. Bob Goodwill in the 3. Davis in the 4. Gold in the 5. Brown in the 6. Wustenhofer in the 7. $2:30 in. Left on the master. 2:30 left on the master. Watch it in the moguls. Watching the moguls. Thank you, Jimmy Leff. Keith Himmelman on top. Scott Mann in the 2. Davis in the 3. With 5 minutes in, 2 to go. 5 minutes in, 2 to go. It is Keith Himmelman on top. Scott Mann in that 2 spot. Davis now popping up into the 3.
2 minutes
Goodwill
left.
in the 4. That'll be fourth working there. Perry, please hold your line. Nicely done. With under 2 minutes, drivers, under 2 minutes. Keith Himmelman in another zip code through the floater double. He's got 1.6 on Scott Mann. They're both working their way through the backside triple right now. Leader and second jumping away from the driver's stand. Mann too close for missiles, switching it up to guns. Working up the hill, going down the hill with 1:30 left to go. 1:30 left to go. Race number 14. That'll be leader and second working there, Eric. Please hold your line. Less than a minute, drivers, less than a minute.
1 minute
Now,
left.
man, all over the back door of Himmelman. Looking high, looking low. That is leader working there, Eric. Please hold your line. And second as well. Under a minute to go, drivers, under a minute to go. Leader in second. Bottom of the hill, up the hill. Man, looking to the inside. Keep it clean, kids. Keep it clean. Himmelman, Mann, Davis, Goodwill, Gold, Brown, Mayfield, Wustenhofer. Going to be your running order with 25 seconds to go. 25 seconds to go. Final race of the evening. Four-wheel drive expert. 6-minute main coming up at you next. Less than 15, less than 15. Himmelman on top. Man in the 2. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. Watch it out front. First and second going to get by for another. They're going to run it to the line. That is time. Davis chopped you at the line. You are done. Wustenhofer, you are done. Rich Brown, you are done. All eyes on Himmelman. And man, going through the backside triple. Man, pushing it sideways. Everybody will be done. Waiting on 2, and that is a race. I'll stop.
Transponder
Marshall's going to
068940.
grab those blowers. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Taking the win, Keith Himmelman. Scott Mann in the 2. Morris Davis in the 3. Race number 14. 13.5 four-wheel expert coming at you next.
Tim Long.
Final race of the day. Track will be closed after race 14. Track will be closed after 14. Again, we thank everyone for coming on out. Don't forget, we'll do it all over again on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock with Jimmy Leff on the mic. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots. Why do I have 3 guys out there? I need Himmelman, Bayette, Mann, Davis, Gold, and Mayfield. I need you guys back on the track, and Wustenhofer. Let's go and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Drivers, roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 5 spot will be Nico. In the 4 will be Bill Christensen. In the 3 will be Jacob Linton. In the 2 will be Chris Wright. And on the pole will be Tim Long. Looks like we're rolling with 3. Yes, we are. And no more laps.
To the
No
start
more
of the
laps.
race.
No more laps. We get our cars lined up. No more laps.
30 seconds to the start of the
Long
race.
right. And Linton. That will be my running order. Don't worry, Tim. I'll hop down there. I'll get it.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Y'all know the routine. Have a little fun. 3-car dance. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. Sound of the tone. And we're off and running with our 4-wheel drive expert. A main event. Leading us out is going to be Tim Long. Linton in the 2, right in the 3. Tim Long leading us out. Linton in the 2, right in the 3. Final race of the day. Again, thanks so much for everyone coming on out. Hopefully y'all had a fun time on our Wet and Wild Saturday. Tim Long on top. Chris Wright dropping it to the 3. Setting his sights on Linton. Oh, right, getting it wrong. Wustenhofer right there to get him. Tim Long on top. Linton in that 2 spot, right in the 3 with a minute in, 5 to go. 1 in, 5 to go. Gesundheit. Long on top. Linton in the 2. Right in the 3. Where are you going? Making the heart patient run and get your car. What's wrong with you? No. Tim Long leading out. Linton in the 2. Just want to make sure I was up on my cardiac rehab from yesterday. Long and Linton working their way through the whoop section. They're gapped out by less than half a second. Tim Long on top. Linton in that 2 spot. Tim Long on top. Jacob Linton in that 2 spot. Drivers, you got 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. 2:15 in, 3:45 to go. Long on top. Working his way through the floater double, switchback section. Linton working his way through the floater roller, backside triple. Long and Linton. Linton, full send in front of the driver's stand. 3 minutes in, 3 to go. 3 and 3 to go. Wright working in that 3 spot. Good to see Chris Wright out. Normal on-road racer, so always good to see some of the guys who run on-road out from time to time. Tim Long on top. Jacob Linton in that too with 3:15 in, 2:45 to go. Again, if you got a tab inside the store, it should already be handled. Y'all know the routine. Really? Better be careful. They don't have too many parts for that car. It's going to be Tim Long on top. Linton in the 2. Linton still keeping him legal and legit. They're still gapped out by 1.6. With 4 minutes in, 2 to go. 4 minutes
left,
in,
left.
2 to go. Long, Linton, and right. Tim Long leading out. Jacob Linton in that 2 spot. Whoa. The gap now 1.5, so Linton shaving a couple tenths of a second off. Giving it all he's got, Captain. He's got 120 left on the master. Tim Long on top. Linton in the 2. Oh! Tim Long cruising in the clean air.
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Jacob Linton going to be in my 2 spot. Chris Wright going to be around on my top 3 again. Thank you so much for everyone coming on out today. Track will be closed after this, so don't worry about blowing off the track. We appreciate everyone coming on out. Long, Linton, and right with 35 seconds to go. Drivers, 35 seconds to go. And with less than 10, this is going to be everyone's final lap. Y'all will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Tim Long taking the win. Tone to tone. In that 2 spot, going to be Jacob Linton. In the 3 will be Chris Wright. And that is a race. Thank you so much for everyone coming out today. Hopefully y'all had a fun time. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. If not, don't forget, next Saturday, Birthday Bash. Bring out some new in package undergarments and socks for the kiddos for the Eloy Unified School District. And you're racing for free.
The race is completed.
That is a race.